Hey guys, welcome back to a brand new video. Today we got a pretty cool preview for TLC Pass number 2, and they're actually changing things up. Originally they announced that we were getting 12 creatures in phase 1, and we're only getting 5 now, which are the ones that they previewed before. The Dire Bear, Dire Wolf, Procoptodon, Gigantopithecus, and the T-Rex. So we're getting all 5 of those in around the 18th-ish of February. But TLC Pass number 2, I don't know when that's coming out. When we do get that, it's going to include some of the other creatures that they were going to announce for TLC Pass number 1. Today we have a preview of the Argy and the Spino, and man, these things, they're just so in-depth. They have so many new abilities. You guys will love them. So yeah, sit back, grab your Gallimimus kibble, hit the like button, and let's get into this. So, first of all, the Argy. Look at how amazing that looks. The Argy actually has a neck now. It's just so cool. I've actually, after they announced the TLC pass on the Argy, I was like, well, okay, is the Argy really that bad? I looked it up online, and it actually looks like a vulture. Now look at this, it kind of has like the neck of like a vulture. It's not so kind of long and pronounced outwards, but yeah, it's got an actual neck now. It looks amazing. Now, one thing I would have really liked for them to do is show us a picture, like a full-on profile of the Argy landed on the ground and like attacking or something like that, so we can kind of see how the neck goes, because it might stretch out or something like that. So that is the Argy. Look at the feathers, so much better. Look at the beak, the face. It's just, everything about it is just so good. Like, I am just so happy that they're actually doing the TLC pass. One thing I kind of noticed is that if you look at the Argy's face, the old Argy, look at that kind of pink region. Now look at the new Argy. I don't see any sort of region there. Did they get rid of that color region? I don't even know. To me, it kind of looks like they might have either that, or they actually swapped it to that beak, because the beak kind of looks like it's the same color as the pink on the right hand side. I'm not exactly sure about that one. I guess we'll have to figure it out, because I have a fully mutated Argy and I want to keep all those colors. So like, the question is, did they get rid of a color region here? I guess we'll have to figure that out eventually here, but yeah, really cool. If you look at the bottom photo as well, you can kind of see the talons are a little bit bigger. The wing spread is probably the same size. It's kind of unclear in these photos, but it's just amazing. I'm just so happy with the model. Let's get into its frickin' abilities, by the way, because this thing could do so much cool stuff. So, the Argy, they're talking about the fact that it is pretty much like the favorite flyer, and I would agree with that. Like, the Quetzal is way too slow, and before it was even hard to tame. The Argy is like a pretty easy creature to tame, and it's got amazing weight. You could do so much with this creature. For me, it was definitely one of my favorite flyers. Probably my favorite is like the tape jar, but yeah, the Argy is really cool. But now, to be honest, actually after this pass, everybody's going to be using the Argy anyways. So the Argy is getting some new stuff, and it sounds really amazing. It's gonna have weight reduction on obsidian and some other materials. So when they say some other materials, I think maybe they might mean like metal and maybe some stone and wood. I think they would mention if it was something like crystal or something like that, which makes a lot of sense anyway. Like the fact that you use your Argy a lot to fly up to the top of the mountains, you gather up your obsidian or whatever, and then you head back down on your Argy. Usually people just use their Argy for that. So really amazing. But here's the best part. Its saddle is going to be a smithy now. That is just mind-boggling. The fact that we're actually gonna have like a flying mobile smithy. Now, of course, I know you can put one on the back of a Quetzal, but this is like so much better because it can't be destroyed. You just have yourself probably one of the most useful mounts now. It's got a smithy, it's got weight reduction on materials, it's got really good stats to begin with, and there's more. So the Argy's gonna be able to hold 2 additional passengers. One in its claws, of course. We know we can do that. I think everybody's done that to tame something at one point. But now it's also going to be able to hold people in its beak. That's just the best. You're going to be able to pick up players, and likely small dinos as well, with your beak. Come on, guys. It doesn't get much better than that. But also, there's more. The Argy is also going to get rapid health regeneration. I can't speak. Once it eats. like corpses or whatever. So if you kill something and you're like low health, go over and eat that thing, because you're just gonna start healing immediately. So it's essentially got the same thing as a vulture, because that's what RGs are. They're kind of just like giant vultures, and they would take scraps from, you know, corpses or whatever. So just the fact that now we can heal off of these corpses. So if you're fighting, you kill something, you eat that, you are healed. Or, you know, you have a corpse over there while you're fighting off this player or whatever, and then once you need health, you just go over and eat that. It's perfect. So yeah, that is the RG, guys. I'm really excited. There's so much new stuff to this RG. It's insane. So we have one more here for you today, guys, and it is the Spino. Now, in my comment section from the last video, there was a lot of discussion about the Spino, and, you know, it's 2 legs and it's 4 legs and all this stuff. And then, like, the fact that the model is kind of not so great. Guys, they had so much planned. This is the new Spino. Now, notice something from the top photo. It is on 2 legs. Notice something from the bottom photo. It is on 4 legs. There was a lot of people in my comments talking about stance change, and that is exactly what they did for the Spino. The Spino will be able to go from 2-leg stance to 4-leg stance, and when it's in 2-leg stance, it's going to be able to like bite a little bit quicker and use its claws as well. So now you actually can be able to do like a claw attack. So that's really cool. But then you can't really move so fast in 2-legged stance. So you're gonna be able to go down to 4, so you can run away or just run after somebody or whatever. So it's kind of similar to the iguanodon. So in 4-leg stance, it can move really quick, but it can't attack as good. But in 2-leg stance, it can attack a lot quicker and a lot better, but it can't move as quick. So really cool changes. And just in terms of the model, the skin looks just a lot better. There's a little bit of a shine to it, which kind of looks a little bit weird to me, but I don't know. If you look at the sail as well, the little kind of let's just call them, I don't even know, needles going up through them have turned into just like kind of inner kind of needles. As you can see on the old one, they're kind of on the outside, and on the new one, they're obviously on the inside, because you can barely just see the color through the spine. In terms of like its face and everything, the frickin' jaw has kind of like this like part where it goes up a little bit. I don't know if you guys can see that. So that looks a little bit different. What else? Its face just looks a little bit different as well. It's got like kind of like folds on its neck a little bit. So yeah, all in all, like the model looks fantastic compared to the old one, of course. It's also, yeah, I mean, it's pretty much got like the same kind of fin things on the back. It's got the 2 on the head like we had before. Yeah, really cool. And it's even got them on the back of the arms as well, I've just noticed. So yeah, guys, that is the Spino. Really awesome. I don't know if it's going to be much bigger than the old one. I mean, if you look at that photo on the bottom, it kind of almost looks like the spine on the new one is actually higher than the spine on the old one, but I don't know. It's really, that perspective right there is kind of hard to tell. But yeah, it's obviously when it stands up on its 2 legs, it's going to be able to actually be taller than the old one, but of course, we would measure with them being on 4 legs instead. So what can the Spino do? So the Spino has obviously been in the game since the very start. There's a lot of debate and a lot of arguments to do with whether the Rex is better, the Spino is better. Personally, I prefer the Rex. I still prefer the Rex, but the Spino is pretty cool too. I think it's a really great creature, and it has its uses and everything. But personally, I just prefer the Rex. But with the Spino, obviously it's going to be able to go into the water, so it has that advantage. And they're actually pushing a lot towards the fact that it can go into the water, because it's going to get some new stuff inside of the water. When a Spino enters the water, now I imagine it has to like submerge into the water, because I'm going to get to it in a second, because it would just be silly if you ran through a little pond and suddenly you have this buff. So when you enter the water, you're going to get a buff that is going to get applied to your movement speed, your turning radius, your attack damage, and your health regen while you're fighting in the water. And this whole bonus is going to last some time after you get out of the water. So essentially, if you're fighting near the water, like, just run, get into the water, run back out. Like, whatever you're fighting is gonna come off and like chase you or whatever, and then you're gonna run out of the water as a stronger creature, and you're gonna be able to take whatever that is out. This creature is going to be a little bit more strategic in terms of you want to be actually planning your attacks a little bit better. You want to run into the water and then run back out, and maybe even like if you have to get away, you could still run into the water and swim away and like heal a little bit, because you do get that health regen in the water. Obviously, you could just like swim around and just eat stuff to try and get some meat or whatever. But yeah, lots of really great things to the Spino, guys. Are you happy with this? Is it what you wanted for this Spino? Because I know a lot of people really love the Spino, and I respect that. Honestly, it is a really cool creature. It really is. But yeah, what do you guys think about all this? That is pretty much all I got for you here today. Also, one more thing, the Spino will now take raw, or what is it called? Prime fish meat instead of normal prime meat when you're taming. So it's going to be a little bit closer to the Baryonyx. I don't know if it's going to actually solely eat fish meat like the Baryonyx does, but we'll have to wait and see on that one. Either way, yes, guys, what do you think about all these changes? Are you excited? What other creatures deserve a TLC pass, guys? Let us know down below. In terms of like other changes in this update that's coming around the 18th-ish, we're getting a bunch of like bug fixes. I'll probably just pop a screenshot on the screen. If you guys want to read through them, you can. If not, that's also okay. But in terms of like general kind of changes, I'll pop those up on the screen as well. But some that I noticed was, now if you have a silenced weapon and you kill a player, it's not going to say that you killed them, which is something that they talked about a long time ago. I remember hearing about that ages ago. But of course they've only done it now, which is like, I'm really happy about that, but like goddamn, they could have done that a while ago. So that's really cool. What else was there? There was a server option to disable fog, which is just, that's something that we were supposed to get almost 2 years ago, and it's not so hard to do, but I guess whatever. And yeah, there's like some other changes there, nothing really like massive. But of course, you guys can see them on the screen right now. So yeah, guys, if you enjoyed this video, go ahead and hit that like button. If you guys want to see more like this, you can, of course, subscribe. And watch my other TLC video. There's a link down below. And I'll catch you in the next one.